All right. So I'm so sorry I did not mention previously in the past 2 episodes, but you just get this out of the way right now and say, I want to go in. No. One of the something I need to get out of the way. Yeah, I gotta do a puzzle. Something I gotta get out of the way and just say is that Matt definitely wanted to be here for this game. It's one of his favorite games, but due to scheduling conflicts, we weren't able to really make it happen. Yeah. I'm hoping that maybe when we do the successor game inside, that he'll be around for some of those. But we're just gonna keep our fingers crossed. The holiday scheduling is so tricky.
Yeah, it is.
It's almost as if it's the holidays or something.
Yeah.
A little bit. There you go.
Trust me. There's definitely a reason why I need to be in the middle, and this was just me cutting out some time because this is a tricky puzzle to just get right away. It takes.
Nothing kills the mood of a fucking.
Oh, that's how.
Subtle
jalopy horn.
Yeah, exactly. A fucking jalopy horn in a pseudo horror game.
Howdy, Mrs. K. Yeah, that's what.
Ooga.
Yeah.
It's a joke and continues jalopy.
Yeah, that's why you want to be in the middle. I remember when I was a kid playing that for the first time, I tried to push them both at the same time. There's just no way to get over and around them fast enough.
Yeah, I know.
Here, I need to use physics on my side. I'm going to push it up like this and use physics, because what's going to happen is it's going to go up.
You want it to,
move.
Yes, there you go.
It's going to be delayed a bit so that...
Speedy thing goes up, speedy thing goes down.
No. Oh, wait. Hang on. No, hang on.
Okay.
But don't worry the physics.
Okay.
It's
still
going to
come back.
and then roll right
because
back
of inertia.
down.
Oh, boy.
There you go.
Okay, good.
Yeah, no, don't be careful. That thing will crush you.
Right.
Anything can definitely crush you in this game. Yeah, we're definitely into more of an industrial zone now. So, I think, I'm trying to think. I know we were talking about other things. Oh, hang on. There we go. Now I can reach that lever, and now we're off into Clock Town Madness.
Ooh, boy.
But yeah, I guess just one thing I could bring up is just for the sake of bringing up conversations. The first 2 parts we recorded before the Game Awards. This part is recorded the day afterwards. And pretty much, aside from a few, let me do my thing.
Alright,
fine.
Me thinks someone's a bit salty.
Well, I was about to say I was going to try to lean into a joke, but James's jokes trump all, so fine.
No, keep going. I mean, you can extrapolate on that joke.
Well, all I was going to say is, would you mind pulling up the one Krusty clip?
Oh, wait, which clip was that again?
You know, the one where he asks what exactly something was.
What the hell was that?
Okay, just played the clip.
Okay.
I don't know what it was. You're going to have to tell me later, but I can only assume it was comedy.
And that's why I should never make any jokes ever.
No, I just needed to learn. I'm
stop.
not that familiar with Simpsons. I got to get back into Simpsons, actually. But
I
I
don't really know what Krusty joke you're talking about. I know it's Simpsons. I just don't know what joke. Well, but I guess we'll know when the video goes up.
We will know in post.
Long story short, the TGA pretty much came and went.
It was okay. Oh, actually, you know what? Now I know what it was. I'm sorry, Hype. Now I know that clip. I know of that clip.
Okay.
It just now that I read the actual context, I was like, okay, sorry. There's a lot of Krusty is a very inquisitive person in a very sarcastic way. He's very much you get that. He's very
An
critical.
enigma.
Yeah.
But yeah, so okay, I'm moving this box over because I need both for this puzzle.
Actually, now that I think about it, place your bets. How long do you think it'll take for Simpsons to do a parody of the Joaquin Joker movie with Krusty?
Probably a few months after it's relevant.
That's the issues. They're definitely not as fast at making them as, say, South Park.
I mean,
well, with South Park, to be fair, South Park doesn't have a budget, so they have an excuse to get them out faster.
They've been getting pretty well
they put
with their
more
episodes,
focus on writing rather than the visuals.
Well, that's the thing. They also have their creative process. They can literally make an episode in a day. Oh, geez, almost pushed out with physics.
Yeah. There you go.
Just barely.
Now we're going to play with real freaky stuff. That's not freaky stuff. What the heck is that?
Yeah, don't step on that beam or bar down there. Whatever that's called.
We need to do something and actually, oh, come on. Are you telling me that? Thank you. Okay. Here we go. Oh, I think maybe just turning it on. Okay, so this is actually a fun part. I think this is going to be a puzzle we see again in Inside. What I'm doing here is I am getting this thing swinging. Ow. It's going to keep swinging, so that when it goes back, the chain will I'll still be able to reach the chain.
Yeep.
Ha!
There you go.
Just barely.
If it was not in motion, there's no way I could have made that happen. But anyway.
Behold the majesty of gravity and inertia.
Yep.
That was real deep.
That's physics.
Or whatever his comeback.
Now we're doing this.
Oh, we're turning the world.
How and why? Where even are we?
We're on the side of this giant gear, I guess.
We're between
Yeah, I
life
guess
and
so.
hell.
Come on, I just need that thing to go down, otherwise we're gonna be in a really
Yeah, I'm
bad
guessing
situation soon.
I guess what we're in is like we're like on the side of a pendulum, and putting those gears back together pretty much put the pendulum back in motion.
Yep, which now means we gotta move, otherwise we're gonna fall to our death. So, anyway, so back to the Game Awards. They weren't bad. Definitely,
I had enjoyment out of it.
Especially that freaking Muppet section.
Oh,
Oh
yes.
yeah, the Muppets was hands down the best part, but aside from that, there were a few things that were pretty interesting. Like Maneater was surprisingly engaging, just for how stupid it was.
It looks like such like dumb fun. It's gonna be really interesting.
Like,
and,
yeah,
okay,
there's
magnetism.
that. We got more
Working with
of
magnets
the
now.
Final Fantasy remake, which it's good for people that were interested for that. I am one of those 2 people that are genuinely excited for the X-Men DLC for Ultimate Alliance 3. I'm trying to think what else was announced. I'm also excited that my boys Luigi and Crash won their respective awards.
Right, we got
I'm
the
happy
new. We got a new look at.
my boy Luigi won his,
We got a new.
his award.
Okay, let's go. We got a new look at the there we go.
Yep.
Oh, crouch down. Got
There
it.
we go.
We got a new look. We got a new sort of a bump test of the new Xbox. Oh,
Which-
boy, here we
which
go.
Looks
Look
like a
again.
time bomb.
And we'll definitely not give
Oh no!
and we'll definitely not give current console owners something to think about.
It's just the size and the volume of it is a little bit interesting, but
Like,
yes.
honestly, I think it literally looks like it was designed to be like something. It's like a pseudo smart box.
Yeah. So I am okay. We just need that box to drop down, so I'll have a safe platform. Hup. Okay.
There you go.
There you
Because
go.
yeah, this whole floor is electric. Anyway, so but yeah, that was nice to see. And then saw blade. Okay. What else? And then but I think it was there was a lot of advertisements for games that just did not look interesting. League of Legends store for everything.
Like, there's a lot of advertisements, including like 2/3 of it being Magic the Gathering.
Which the issue with the Magic the Gathering.
Stadia.
I died. The issue with the Magic. Oh, you know what? I died
there was
saying
a
silly.
lot more Magic.
I also died just saying silly. I died because I moved to the right and that box bonked me on the head.
Oh.
So anyway.
Well,
okay.
it almost happened again.
But
It
I
looked
need
like.
this. But I need this box because if you remember a little bit earlier, I stepped on a boulder, and the problem is that with this whole world rotating, it's not gonna like that.
Woo.
Jeez,
Oh,
okay.
Oh boy.
Woo! Yep.
we're okay. Yeah, the music in this game is also pretty
Let me
interesting.
see.
how it
Among
works.
other things, there was. I think it's safe to say that what Reggie contributed was definitely a big highlight. Like I don't know anyone that
it's
was.
it's her.
baby sister.
Oh
No.
no! Oh no! 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 No!
Quick to the nearest light source, if there is
I
one.
know.
I don't know
There's
if there
one.
is
It's
one.
over. No, there should be one. It's just over here on the other side of this gear.
You can only
We
jump.
got this.
Oh!
Yeah, I can only jump and control my speed, not my direction. Okay, here's the light. Perfect.
There it is.
Perfect. Now we'll just leave. Now we'll just head over there and hope
There
that
you
she's
go.
not free. And we'll just hope that she's not freaked out by my brain slug. No
But
Didn't
worries.
get bored and just walked away.
No worries.
Anyway,
We just
go-
gotta go over this gear. Hang on. And oh
Oh.
crap! It's different.
It
Well,
wasn't
no,
real.
we're not there yet.
So it was
No,
all,
this is
it was
different.
all just a
Oh,
facade.
okay. But yeah, you were saying.
Yeah. That the issue. Oh, wait, actually, you go, Jen. You go, James.
Yeah, that's what I was asking.
You had another point to make. Go ahead and make that before I make mine.
Was that real quick regarding the League of Legends stories and Magic the Gathering? I just need gameplay. I can't be interested in it just off of that, just because I don't have much investment in the Magic the Gathering world or with League of Legends anymore. I used to be big into League of Legends back when I was like in college, but I haven't played in a long time.
There are
Okay,
those
okay.
statues.
I see what I gotta do. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Ha!
There you go.
Thank you.
Free
But
of the brain
otherwise,
slug.
just I don't have any investment in those games yet until I get to see more Here, I'm going to guide this block so it'll fall just when I need it to. Okay, but yeah, that's it. If I can just see some gameplay of those games, then maybe I'll be interested, but for now I have no investment. Back to you, James.
Fair enough.
I mean, the more I stop and think about it, I think since, I don't know, when the Video Game Awards started doing it, but it's like, I'm starting to get the impression that it kind of forgot the whole purpose of its whole show. Because, like, I mean, yeah, there's obviously the whole thing of, like, the game, like, the whole games winning their awards and the developers, like, taking their awards and whatnot. I think they could have put more emphasis on them actually giving out their speech on how they feel about winning the award and what, like, the creative process behind how the game is as good as it is and why it was deserving of it.
The
typical award ceremony shit. But unfortunately, it's come to a point where, like, even the Video Game Awards is practically just, it's 30% game awards, 30% video game reveals, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, and trust me, we need to do this, otherwise we will die.
That, and honestly, I mean, there were a few interesting highlights, like, just the whole Untitled Beaker game.
Yes,
and
better be DLC.
Like, I know this opportunity. They made a model for it and everything.
Yeah,
like,
they made a whole animation of it.
I know they probably only did just for the skit, but you know people are gonna want it.
Of course.
Like, you open Pen Beaker's box.
Yeah.
Pen Beaker. No, anyway. There was that. I mean, yeah, that one shark game looked hilariously
Man-eater. You can become a giant
that one
alien
looked like
shark.
dumb fun.
And it did kind of surprise me that so soon we're getting a Bravely Default sequel for the Switch, along with No More Heroes 3 getting an extended trailer, which is nice because beyond that one.
And that one little thingy, I'm sure they'll figure it out. But
otherwise, it was kind of an underwhelming. It was kind of an underwhelming show. Like, honestly,
Bullshit.
I would have gladly
what happened?
not sheared my legs off. But I would have gladly have maybe stopped after the pre-game show, so we can at least take the time to finish this game up, as opposed to just watching the whole thing in its entirety. Because
you're right.
Well, in our defense, we didn't know it would last that long.
Well, yeah, that was the other thing. Is that so I'm not holding this against. Oh wait!
Oh shit!
Oh
no! Oh.
But again, fortunately, check.
I supposed to get through that then.
The issue, what we have to do is we need to keep this minecart from pushing the button. So I need to slow it down just enough so that it can't build up too much speed, which gives me enough time to run before I can hit that button. 3, 2, 1. Okay.
Well, what was
and
pushed over?
Let's do this. Let's do another little puzzle of rotation. But don't worry, we're actually we're getting there. But anyway, yeah, that was the issue, James, is that we had that tweet that said, oh, make sure you watch the first 30 minutes, which now we know it was mainly for that Xbox console.
Pretty much, yeah.
But the issue is that we kept doing the math. We kept thinking, okay, they need to get the DLC character out by February. They need to have sufficient enough hype, especially with Christmas around the corner, for people to buy the Fighter Pass.
I think I remember hearing that they did want to... what am I going to say? I think I remember hearing somewhere they were going to try to have it direct sometime before Christmas.
Okay. Because I'm just saying, like...
At something fierce, apparently.
I mean, honestly, I should ask, where'd you hear this news from?
Well, it was just something that, like, a couple of my friends in the server said that they remember Nintendo... I think it was Nintendo. They made a tweet talking about how, like, they were going to try to get a direct out before Christmas.
Honestly, I usually don't hear Nintendo make those kinds of announcements like early on in advance.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Whoa.
Shit.
Oh, great.
Motion censored machine gun.
Yep. However, there is a way we can beat this. First, I need him to activate, and now I need this guy to activate. Oh wait, I just want to make it.
Bullets can't. Not all bullets can stop bullets.
However, bullets can stop guns, and I'll show you how. I just need to lead this thing this way, and watch. If I activate just in the right time...
Fun.
Oh, wait.
Almost.
See, it's
almost.
It's not. It's almost. It needs a few more shots. We'll wait for it to move back over here. And, again, music is really nice. Very atmospheric.
Yeah.
The few times they actually do play music.
There we go.
There it is.
And there. Now I can move freely past that turret.
Hooray!
And crap, that also happened to be the stereo because
That's
now we
what
have
it was
no
called,
music.
the frickin' turret. I forgot what the name of it was. I called it a motion-censored machine gun. It's a fucking
that's
turret.
That's kind of what
To
they
be fair,
are.
it is motion. To be fair, it is motion censored.
Right, that's kind of what they are. They're automatic motion.
Oh,
And here's a really wacky scenario: anti-gravity.
Gravity.
Oh boy.
Because why not?
So we gotta play with gravity now.
Oh,
don't you?
Oh.
I would have, but I would have loved if that somehow worked. Anyway, okay, so I'm gonna move this up here so it can act on a delay timer. Anyway, what was I saying? So the idea was that, and to clarify, Matt wasn't mad that there was a direct. Matt was
Matt wasn't mad that there wasn't a Smash announcement because he figured it probably wouldn't happen until January.
Well, my thing is,
and the thing that he was mad about, Hype, was that he was mad that people thought there absolutely needed to be one, and if there wasn't, it was bad. I agree with him in that there doesn't have to be a Smash announcement. It just would have been nice
if
there was one.
I think is that, like, I was just about to say, like, I'm not saying there needed to be one. The problem I had is that, like, he kind of had a bit of a backhanded tone about it.
Well, I'll also say real quick that I will admit that there is that one part of me that really was hoping there would be one, especially considering the fact that not that long ago apparently was shown that there was a unlisted video in the Smash playlist. So
those private videos.
Some news soon.
Yeah, well, I think I know what you're talking about. I think that's confirmed that those were just old ads that they were saying the private.
Oh. So
yeah, my thing is, like,
of course,
like, I would have been interested in seeing, like, a Smash reveal. The one thing I'm a little concerned about is, like, I remember beforehand, I forget which member of Sega said it, but someone at Sega mentioned that Sonic would have some presence there.
Geoff something, I forget.
Geoff something.
Last name with a K or something like that.
Yeah. The only thing, they mentioned that we'd see Sonic in some capacity. The only thing we got out of that is that, like, at one point, someone mentioned one of the characters from the Sonic movie, and that's it.
Or there was also that one time where we saw Sonic in the background of the Green Day thingy, part of the music video.
I actually didn't appear.
Yeah, there was some brief footage of the old Sonic games.
Like the original.
Yeah, Green Hill Zone.
That was it.
Because, Green Day.
Everyone's like, and of course, Green Hill Zone. No, that would be Hype's inner voice. So
Speaking of green, we're looking at some grass here.
Oh yeah, we're
but
actually
it's not even. But it's not even green.
Somehow we're in some hybrid of the two zones now, and
another turret.
Aha, I'll take that.
Yeah.
So, and I'm going to use this box to block that thing's sensor.
So yeah, welcome to Gray Hill Zone.
Yeah.
So I think that.
Okay, good.
Okay.
For a minute, I thought that platform above was the gun.
No, we're fine. So I think, okay, here we go. I can get the block this way by messing with physics.
Messing with gravity. Whoop, whoop,
There we go.
There you go.
Yeah, so I was not super disappointed by it. There were some fun little reveals. There just wasn't anything that super wowed me or there was nothing that really screamed to me this needed to be at the Game Awards. It seemed like a bunch of it could have been. It looked for the most part it looked like any old ad I would see on a TV.
Yeah, like like the awards themselves notwithstanding, I think everyone can agree that the whole thing with the Muppets was like the biggest highlight, as well as the return of.
You got it.
I was about to say also the return of that one cute girl from the Xbox E3, which I will say.
Nakamura.
Oh yeah.
Which I will say, like, I kind of tuned out a whole lot of Microsoft's E3, so I didn't really get a whole lot of like the big. Not that I didn't understand it, I just didn't really witness a whole lot of why people were like so enamored with her during that presentation. But once she reappeared in the GTA, I will say, okay, this girl needs all the hugs.
Yes,
it's actually kind of really crazy and awesome is that she was one of the lead monster designers for Evil Within. Like she's actually super into spooky, scary games. Hence why her game that she's making, that one where you're like a detective in Japan, and I think there's some yokai involved. Like it's somewhat of a psychological horror game or something. But yeah, that's why like.
Oh, well, I guess actually now that I think about it, another thing that
Perfect.
we saw.
No. Yeah, I need this. It's gonna be tricky. I need to time this out so that. Yeah, I need to time this out so that there's a block on top of it, the platform, and one to the side, before that platform can recede all the way in. Otherwise, I will not get a chance to actually, make the jump. So here we go.
Right, it'll get pushed back.
And now. Perfect. Okay. So now let's hurry. Jump up here.
Up.
Jump up there. And before the block can go all the way in, there we go. Done.
There you go.
Yay.
Whee! Yeah, no, again, I think the way that they very gently, increased... What the...
Birdie?
That's...
Are we out in the,
Yeah,
almost out in the wilderness?
The way they gradually increase the complexity of these puzzles is really cool to me.
Okay, good.
Yeah, the way they increase the complexity of these puzzles is really cool.
Oh, that looks
do this. Oh, this increases the magnetism up there. So now I can lower it. Oh wait, check this out. Okay, so this thing has a little bit further to fall. So if I tap it, nuts.
Not quite.
That didn't do it. Oh wait, actually, that thing is up higher, so it'll touch the ceiling first. So stop. Dang it. No, okay, so what's gonna happen here is the one on the left is higher elevation, right? Which means it will hit the ceiling before the other guy does. So if I gently stop. Okay. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to switch the gravity, but quickly reverse it before the other guy on the right can hit the magnetized ceiling. And come on.
I don't remember being this finicky on my run.
There, I did it.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Guy in the left hit the guy in the left hit the ceiling first, and the other guy didn't get magnetized. Whew. But yeah, I guess the other big thing is that the thing that I did not like the most was that they had the big Fast and Furious thing set up like that was the big finale. Which it's kind of
That feels like something that you should start your conference with, not the last thing you
yeah.
Or at least have it. Oh no!
I'm gonna be right back. You guys keep going.
Okay. I will say though, it is kind of interesting because I guess it's further proof that licensed games are still alive and kicking.
Yeah.
They still got some relevance.
For Fast and Furious, it's almost as if the games based on the films took on a life of their own.
Whoa.
Oh jeez.
Oh.
But yeah, it is kind of interesting. Actually, I'm trying.
Damn it.
Yeah, don't step on the lights when they're on.
Yeah,
well,
you gotta time it just right. Yeah. You only have a small window.
Yeah. Well, actually, you know what? It's something I can ask you, Allie, because this is also something that they announced, and it definitely surprised a lot of my friends. And I'm asking you because I know your sister was a big fan of season 1 of it. What did she think of seeing? Hey there. What did she think of seeing the season 2 A Wolf Among Us thing?
I don't think she saw it with me. She was. I don't know if she even is aware
of it. I know they're getting a different company.
I don't think I've told her about it. I really should.
I know they're getting some guy. I know they're getting some new guy to activate the. Okay. Then quickly go back over here so I can reactivate it. Click.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you gotta be careful with this.
It's on a timer then.
Yeah. Yep. At this point, we're at the final stretch.
Right.
Okay, wait for it. Here we go one more time, just to refresh it. And yeah, as James said, now this is the final stretch where we're working with timed gravity mechanics. I know it looks like they're getting a different company to handle the development or the continued development of Wolf Among Us 2.
Yeah, so that's definitely gonna leave us wondering what the heck is what the overall quality should be at this point.
Like it's not the same people that continued Walking Dead, right?
No.
Oh, nice. So now what's happening here is I'm going to be quiet for a second so you can hear it. Listen very closely. Well, without the gun shooting. Hang on. Okay, right now listen. So there's a timer with the audio.
Yeah, there's a sound. There's a sound in the background that lets you know it's gonna revert gravity.
So now.
Whoop.
Oh, okay. That was the right idea. Right idea, but wrong ceiling.
Done.
I'm just now imagining Hype's dogs being affected by this gravity going, "What is this?"
Well, looks like I'm not editing that out.
It's fun. It's part of the atmosphere. Oh boy.
Well, what atmosphere? This is supposed to be desolate nothingness.
Oh no!
Oh shit!
Oh boy. And now
Should've
you're
jumped.
just limiting us.
What was it with indie games and saw blades? Like, around this time of the year, there was always saw blades everywhere. And this is it. This is our final puzzle. So, this one is going to be interesting. I have to fall up at the exact... I need to go up and jump off at just the right time. That'll activate before I hit the ceiling, reverse the gravity, and we're dead. And we're in.
Oh.
Game over.
Whoa. And away. View.
And...
I know you've seen Matrix 2.
Wait, so are we just gonna be satellites throughout the entire thing, or?
Well, again, the gravity will reset, but the whole purpose of this is that, unfortunately, like with any true limbo, we're right back where we began.
Bah.
And the idea is that you can then pick this game right up again. The idea is that, yeah, that's unfortunately the tragic story is we're stuck.
I could have sworn this game did have an ending.
It
does.
But I'm trying to play up the suspense.
Fine.
I know you're fine. You're more than fine. You're great. You're a real trooper. Putting up with me and my silliness.
I appreciate that, but that wasn't the joke I had in my mind.
Sorry. So we wake back up once again.
Oop.
Out of the house.
Yeah, we really are back where we started.
But this time, perhaps, I really don't know how to explain this. I'm going to come up with the nice, optimistic answer of, this time, if we truly believe we can find her, and not doubt ourselves, and not think that this is going to be some horrible journey, if we truly believe in our heart of hearts that we can find her.
There's no place like purgatory.
Oh.
Then we may.
Sister?
Hello?
Yoo-hoo!
And
then a cow fell on her.
no. Hello?
No.
Huh?
And that's it?
Then a cow fell on both of them.
No, there's
end.
no ending.
So that's
it's open-ended.
the idea is that the idea is that she noticed him and we don't know what will happen. But yeah, so that was Limbo. Again, for the time that this came out, this was during a time when indie games were super scarce. And for that, I do have to give them a lot of credit for basically being trailblazers in this kind of thing.
Pretty much, yeah.
It's very short. It's very to the point. Again, it's only like what, $10 on
Roughly,
stuff.
Yeah, for that. I think that's perfect for the amount that they give us.
Yeah.
Right.
And bear in mind, I breezed through this just because A, I cut out deaths, and B, I have experience with this game before. I think if you gave this to someone for the first time, they'd get a little bit more out of it.
Oh, I'm sure.
That and I think that's actually part of the brilliance is that you can give this to someone you could probably give this to someone who's never really played a game before just because of how straightforward and simple it is. You only got like 4 means of control, and it's just learning from your environment kind of thing.
Pretty much, though. That does pretty much come to the cost of this game. I mean, it was great for what it was, but it is also a very one-and-done game.
Yeah, I'm probably not going to come back.
That's how a lot of indie games sort of are. Is that
I think some indie games are better about just feeling like they're just fun enough to feel like you can replay them again and again. But this one, I don't know. Like after the first time, I rarely, if ever, felt compelled to pick it up again.
Well,
right.
I think the idea is that not all games have to be replayed again and again, but you know, a lot of indie games they set out to give you an experience.
Right.
And I think this one delivered.
And I think with what they got, they did a really great job with this, and so much so that when we're gonna get to it eventually, don't worry. So much so that when Playdead finally had snuck out of the woodwork with a new game called Inside a couple years ago, everybody was very excited to see it just because of the impact that this game had left on the community.
Yeah,
it's been a long while since they released something. So hey, nice to see them do something else for a change.
Right, which I think that's fine. That to me means that they gave it the time it needed. So, yeah. So with that said, we definitely gave our thoughts earlier in this commentary because again it's so short. But with that said, that was our little commentary over Limbo. Blah. In the next time we join with Play Dead, join us as we look at Inside.
Till next time, guys.
See you there.
Wait, inside of what?